Welcome. You have reached review time with Emperiol. Today's review will be The Walking Dead World Beyond, episode 10 in its lifetime. Let's get into it. So, this is the season finale of The Walking Dead World Beyond. And it's basically picking off on the last episode, episode 9. We find out that, Hope decodes the CRM message. And so now they're on their Hope knows Huck is a double agent. So in the path of going to their destination, Hope pretty much pulls out the gun and targets it at Huck. And basically Huck confesses and basically say, I've been building you for this moment. I knew you could do it. And, you gotta look at the greater good that is gonna be done. Your mind is what's needed or whatever. So, they go a little back and forth. Some, Hope shoots in the air. It triggers some walkers to come in their destination, and they fight them off. And now you can see Hope when she's fighting off these walkers. She's using all her skills and she's getting down. And now you looking at it and kind of pissed off because you like Hope is still confiding in the Huck because she looked at Huck as a friend. So meanwhile, Iris and Felix is went into a room that Huck was pretty much saying was dead bodies, and they found out it was supplies. So this is like a safe house place that Serum set up, and so it's a bunch of supplies in there. Felix was able to get a spleen for his leg. They found out some material to fix the tire on the truck, and so they jumped back on the road trying to find Hope and Huck. They find him in this abandoned house, and Felix pretty much appro- um, approaches Huck. And at first he acted like he was cool with everything, but then he put a gun to her. Huck told Hope before they came in, like, this is your time to make the decision what you're gonna do. So Huck and Felix is fighting in this episode, going back and forth. It's a moment when Huck can kill Felix, but then Hope shoots in the air, pretty much says she'd kill herself if Huck doesn't back down. And then Iris and Hope has this, emotional moment, hugging each other and basically saying they're gonna be okay. Meanwhile, you have Elton and Percy. They see some smoke and it's a fire. The fire is from Silas cooking some. I think it was a rabbit he found, and he kicked the grill fell over and it triggered a fire. That same fire that was triggered um, is how Elton found Silas. So Elton, Silas, and Percy. Silas was happy to see that Percy's still alive. He knew he didn't do it. It doesn't really say how that story played out with that scenario, but Percy knows that Huck killed his uncle. So Silas, Percy, and Elton are all reuniting, speaking, and then CRM comes to the location because of the fire. So by nightfall, they make a run for it and they get into like a closed gate, and they could break loose, but then it flashed back that pretty much Silas has been helping people during the whole time, and he's looking at it. He's going to help Percy and Elton to get away so that they can go help Iris and them. And it's more or less like, why have him do that when you just, since Percy's already wounded, let him give himself up. Nevertheless, that's what he does. He gives himself up to CRM so that they can throw him off the trail, and meanwhile Percy and Elton get going. That's the last you see of them in the episode. Meanwhile, back at the episode, Hope agrees to leave with Huck, and they go off and make it to the destination where CRM is supposed to pick them up. Meanwhile, you see Iris and Felix just walking, and Iris is like, she's optimistic. We're gonna do this. We're gonna kick CRM butt or whatever. And so Felix like, how can you be for sure? And then it flashes back to when Hope and Iris was hugging each other. And so when we see images, we only see parts of the images. So when it flashes back when in the last episode 9, and it shows Leo was pretty much talking to the doctor, saying how smart Hope was and how much she was able to decode everything, and she fixed the when she fixed the computer and put it back together. What it didn't show that Iris is right there to help her fix the computer. So when the camera showed it, and when the dad seen it, it looked like Hope did it all by herself, but it really was Iris that helped her as well. And they've been doing that with each other their whole lives. And so they think that the doctor just took one piece of the knowledge that the Leo was giving her, and she just banked on that Hope was the one and truly asset, when the asset is really Hope and Iris or whatever. And that was a good twist right there, where you need them both together. Their brains together is what makes the stronger bond. It's not one without the other. So, but the doctor and everything don't know that. So, Hope and Iris is playing is, all right, let them take you, but they really need me because we feed off each other. And so we'll uh, beat them that way because they don't have both of us together. Meanwhile, Elizabeth beats up with Huck and pretty much tells her that they're gonna have to conversate about what happened at the campus. Huck doesn't know that they destroyed all them people at the campus or whatever. And so Elizabeth also tells Huck that she sent a cleanup squad basically to um, kill the assets. Uh, and she has one of them. And of course, the one of them was Silas. And they're on a trail to find not Felix, Elton and Percy. Meanwhile, then it shows after you find out that what Hope and Iris' plan is, they're in the woods and they see some people in the distance. And Felix goes on guard and tell Iris pretty much, stand behind her. And then at the end of last episode, you seen where Bill was in the forest running from CRM. Now you see Bill again, but he's with a bunch of other people. So I think these are, you don't know who they are actually. So I can't really say who I think they are. I thought they were more maybe the survivors of the campus, because Felix pretty much was, barred up the campus. And then Bill was like, oh, you don't know? And he was like, nah. He said, well, we got a lot to talk about. And then you just see all the other people start to surface. So it was a decent episode, a good cliffhanger to end the season. Even though the season started off slow, they did end it on a strong note. So overall, The Walking Dead World Beyond was a successful season. In the beginning, of the first couple episodes did have a lot of us like, what is this and what is going on? And it was like some of the worst episodes we felt as though we seen, but it was just building up for basically the second half of the season for everything to play together. So that's the season. Subscribe and like to the channel. Leave a comment what you think about the season. Till next time.